All right, Shalom. First, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh
Hashem,
Bahasham
Yahushua,
Yahushai,
Hashem,
Bahasham
Makakodesh.
Kakodash.
Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. As you can see, various topics. All right, I got the brother Anna here and the brother Yash. So or Kakama Yash. So we're just gonna go right through the spirit, okay, and see where the spirit takes us. But brother, we was talking about it about the whole farming situation. All right, and you could speak on there, Ayash.
Right. So what was going on right now is that, farmers, particularly those that have livestock, like sheep herders and all that, they are selling out, they're selling what they have, and what I've been thinking about is if famine is inevitable, right, you would think that they will hold on to it, right, because food is going to be more valuable, but that's not what's happening. Okay, they're selling it, they're selling out right now, right, which shows you that, look, there's something horrible coming. Okay, the regular people don't understand it, but the people who working in the agriculture field, they understand how serious the famine is going to be, and they
Right.
understand that there's no way around it, right? And look, and I'm pretty sure that they're selling that right now because, look, I don't know how to put it, but like, nobody's gonna have anything. Okay, nobody's gonna have everything that you have will be next to nothing. The Lord might even have it to where they're selling out because they know that the government is gonna take what they have.
Mm.
Okay, because now the government is having it to where you can't go and buy seed anymore. Okay, they forbid it. They forbade Walmart and all these other big all these
Sure.
help me out here, yeah, stores, right, to stop selling these garden equipment, okay, seeds and everything. Okay, they stop them from doing it. So this is all like what you call it, starving tactics that you're using on the people. Okay, so all I'm trying to say is that, look, the scripture, the Lord said that the famine is going to come to pass. All right, and there's no way around that. Okay, it's definitely going to come to pass. All right, so that was it on that.
Hey, beautiful point that the brother brought out, man. Because at the end of the day, what the elites are doing is they first they gave you bread and circuses. Now they took away the circuses, and now they're taking away the bread. Okay, so they first did that by taking away the NBA, MLB, all these things that entertain people. All right, and then after that, now they start shutting down these liquor stores and these other different avenues that'll ease your mind. Okay, and then soon as the luxuries are gone, then comes the necessities. All right, your food, your water, your electricity. All right, everything starts to get limited, and then it starts to get rationed. That's how they gain control, man. Okay, it's almost like putting you in a chokehold and squeezing it till you tap out. All right, that's what they're doing, and you people have willingly put your neck, all right, in between these people's hands for them to put you in that chokehold, man.
That's right.
And you're gonna see how bad it gets. If you think that this is just about being stuck in your house, then you got something else coming. Because even when you were allowed to roam free around, they were doing things behind the scenes. How much more now when they got you shut up inside your houses? All right, and like the brother said, those farmers, they know how severe it'll be because they're the ones who are working. If anything happens, they're the front lines because it starts with them before it goes to the trucks, to the factory,
That's right.
to the grocery stores. So by the time you get notice as to, damn, there's no food in my grocery store, it must be really, really bad on their end. All right, like things are done. So them farmers are like, look, it's getting to the point where in order for us to survive, we got to sell what we got, And now the government is, like the brother said, prohibiting you from buying seeds, so you can't grow your own food. So now that leaves only one avenue to get what you need, and it's by them,
right, through the government. Yeah.
I'm not. You got Lamentations.
Khan.
So I can bring that up.
This is Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be.
Right. So it says what? They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be that die by hunger or that be no. Read that again.
Lamentations 4:9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, for these are in the way.
That's right. Because when you die by the sword, that's why when somebody commits suicide, they don't say I'm going to starve myself out. No, they pull the trigger. All right, because a modern day sword is a weapon, like a gun. That's the most common modern day sword. All right, so to die by a gunshot, maybe you get shot in the head or whatever. That's easy. That's a quick quote unquote death, as opposed to having to go days. See, that's the painful thing about starving to death is that it doesn't happen in one day. All right. No matter how quick you want it to happen, it doesn't happen in one day. All right. Your body is going to try its best to survive. Even if you want to die, your body is going to prolong the time because it's trying to survive. So if you wanted to die in one day of not eating, your body says, no, I could live one day. I could live 2 days. Now, the more the days go on, the more painful it gets because your body's starting to eat itself out from the inside out. That first goes your fats. Then goes your muscles, then goes your tissues, all those things. And next thing you know, continue on that precept because we're going to talk about it.
For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field.
That's right. They pine away, stricken through, all right, for want of the fruits of the field. That's food. All right, there's more on that?
Verse 10. The hands of the pitiful woman.
No, that was it. That was it on that. All right, okay. But nonetheless, when you pining away, that's like your flesh starts to cleave to your bones. Okay, right. That means you're starting to now look skinny and anorexic because what makes your bones fat? What makes my arm like this, man? I got fats and I got muscle on top of the flesh. Because if you look at my actual skeleton, it's much skinnier than what my hand looks like because I have things around the bone. Okay, now when my body starts to eat that to survive, what is left is just that bone. That's why
less to nothing.
Exactly. So next thing you know, all you're seeing is your ribs. All right, and you're looking like a skeleton, and you don't have strength. What allows you to run and jump is your muscles. But when those are deprived, when those are gone, you don't have any support. You don't have any balance. You become weak, and you die a slow, painful death.
God. Hey man, starvation was even used as a torture method, man. So you should know how bad it is, man. And a lot of people fear torture. You know how bad torture is.
Yep.
So.
And these devils specialize in that. All right, they specialize in that. I got a quick precept. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 6 because ultimately it's the Most High that's bringing this, man. He's the one authorizing it. He's the one behind it all. He's the one who's putting it in the minds of Esau to do what they got to do. He's giving them permission to do so. All right. So ultimately, it's the Most High doing this. That's why we're not seeking safety from Esau, though he's going to be physically putting hands on people and killing people. No, we know that there's a power above him making him do that. So we plead our case to the judge above, not Esau. He's just if somebody's coming at you, right, with a gun or with a sword and they're trying to kill you, are you going to beg for your life from the sword or from the person holding the sword? The sword is nothing without a slayer.
That's right.
The weapon can't do anything of its own. So you got to understand that it's the Most High behind it, causing it all to happen. So you got to plead your case to the Most High. Now let me bring this out. This is 1 Samuel 2 and 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. Now, when you read this, you got to think about it. Was there any instance where the Lord came down, all right, took an AK-47 and shot up a couple of people? No. All right. But when they died, ultimately the Lord did it because there's no instance of the Lord actually coming down physically, grabbing somebody by the neck, choking them out and killing them. No. But here it says the Lord killeth. Why? Because anybody that dies, it doesn't matter how you die, the Lord orchestrated it. He gave the command. He said, look, this person right here, have him die in a car crash. Now you might think that the driver who drove the car killed you, but it was the Lord who set it up. So the Lord killeth and the Lord maketh alive. He's the one who will preserve you. He was the one who's going to allow you to have a successful birth or a death, a successful death. All right. It says he bringeth down to the grave because what happens when you die? You get buried. All right. You go into the grave and bringeth up. Okay. It says the Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. The Lord does it all. Okay. He does it all. So people tend to be carnally minded. Okay, and they only see things after the flesh. And I was listening to one of the elder brothers in London, all right, Rakai Kwam. I was listening to his live stream earlier today, and he made a very, very good point when he mentioned the flesh, man. All right, he said, look, your flesh doesn't differentiate what's right and wrong.
Yeah.
All right. It only does what it knows what feels good and what doesn't feel good. And it does that based on your senses. Okay, that looks good. That doesn't look good. That tastes good. That doesn't taste good. That smells good. That doesn't smell good. You know, that feels good. That doesn't feel good. Okay. Now, at what point does your flesh say, okay, this feels good, but it is not good? That point never happens because your flesh does not have the ability or the capability to do so. It is your.
Right.
That's why the Lord made us the spirit and the flesh, and that's why they will clash at times because your flesh wants to do what feels good, but your spirit says no, that's not good. Okay, and that's called discipline.
Right.
And sometimes your flesh says that doesn't feel good, but your spirit says that is good. For example, when you fast, okay, and your flesh says no, it doesn't feel good. I want to eat, but your spirit says no, this is good. You have to do this. All right, you got it.
No,
I got a precept.
right. And to select real quick, and to add on to what the brother's saying, like the Lord made, the scripture made the enmity between the spirit and the body clear when it said that what the spirit is willing, but the body is weak. Okay, so you should know that certain things that your body want to do, that your spirit, isn't with it. Okay, but we are like we are more susceptible to the flesh. Okay, that's why sometimes when you do certain things, like what your conscience be killing you. Okay, because your spirit knows what this is very bad. Okay, but your body was into it. Okay,
Right.
and they also use the example of a woman. Okay, you and a woman. All right, you meet a married woman and you should see her. You should see her naked. Okay, and you a man, your body's gonna act like it's supposed to act. Okay, you're gonna have you're a man. You're exactly gonna be aroused. You're gonna see it, but in your spirit, it's gonna tell you, look, man, it's another man's woman. It's the spirit that tells you. It's the spirit that keeps that brings out the thought. Okay, and if you can what and so like is the spirit that keeps that
Body
is
check.
right. It keeps the body in check. Okay, that brings out the discipline in your body. Okay, so it's all the body and the spirit is very different, but the body is very weak and it drags the spirit down, and it's like a burden on us, right?
God.
That's why the scripture says that we shall not be made righteousness through the flesh, man, because but through Yahweh Shai, because we are in the flesh. Nobody can claim to be sinless, and nobody's good enough for the Heavenly Father. Okay, that's how it is. I'm not good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had a precept
Yeah.
for 1 Samuel 2:6. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, verse 14. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord. So yeah, as Bakar was saying, the Lord controls it all.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Yep.
Hey, when Judith was praying, was fasting and praying for the Lord to give her like the spirit of the lying tongue, what did she say? She said that the things that the Lord declares are readily at hand, man. So it's like what the Lord declares is what we have to go through. Okay, it's all about the Lord. If everything is about the Lord, man. Whether the wickedness does something, the scripture tells you that it's the Lord that used the wicked as a sword. Okay, that's everything comes down to the Lord. He is called the Most High for a reason. All right, what's that?
That's right. Yep. But you got people that'll turn around and say that they're atheists. You got people turn around and say, "Oh, there is no Most High. I don't believe in no God, man. I believe there's something out there, but I don't believe." See, that's the problem with a lot of people, man, because they don't know what the answer is, but they don't. When you have the answer, you bring it. They don't even want to hear it. Here it is. How you gonna go to class and then your professor's teaching? You tell them, "Nah, that's not. No. Hold up, professor. Hold up. You trying to tell me 2 + 2 is 4? Nah, that's not it." Well, how you gonna tell your professor that? If you know what it is, why are you in the class? Why are you not a professor? But in the
that's
class,
true.
okay, so what's 2 + 2? I don't know, but
it ain't that.
Jake, man, Jake is ridiculous, man. But I got a precept here. This is Psalms chapter 14, verse 1. It says, "The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good." See? Because if you tell yourself that there is no God, there is no Most High, then you tell yourself that there's no greater judge and that you live after your own self. the Epicureans who want to live after what makes you happy and what your desires are. Okay, almost like a cynic. Okay, so guess what? When you live like that, you live corruptly. The reason we are in check is because we came to find the Most High. We came to find this truth, and we had that mindset of, look, everything we do is being watched. There's a Heavenly Father. There's a power there who was gonna judge me if I do something wrong. That's why we changed our ways when we heard about this truth. All right. That's why we do our best to live by what the Lord has set for us to live by. Okay, because we believe that there's a higher power, and that's why we're the ones who are calm right now. That's why we're not bugging out and losing our minds right now, because that Heavenly Father. Somebody give me Amos 3:7. Okay, that Heavenly Father. Guess what? He told us what was gonna come, because we believe in Him. So if we believe in Him, we believe in what He told us to come to pass, man. And here it is. You see, the difference is you got a lot of people who are trusting and believing in Esau, right? But you got videos coming out now of people going to these hospitals, going to these different so-called testing sites, and there's nobody there.
That's right.
You know, the dude asked the paramedic, "Yo, you how many patients?
How many coronavirus patients have you seen?"
He said, I don't know, maybe like 3. He said, and they had the virus. He said, well, we just assumed they did. What? We just assumed they did. We just assumed they did. And then here it is. They caught them. They said, look, here it is. You got on CBS and these news channels putting up videos of cramped, packed hospitals. You never find out which hospital it is.
Yeah.
Go to your hospital is empty. But for some reason, the hospital they go to is full, is overpacked. We need this many thousand ventilators. But hold up, they came to find out that that's the same footage that they were using over there in Italy, saying that, look, it was on Sky News. This is a hospital in Italy, and this is what we're doing. CBS gonna turn around and talk about here's one of the hospitals and here's what it looks like. And they put the 2 videos side by side, and you're like, oh, Esau, exactly. You done, man. You through, because what it is that the fear is starting to wear off, because people are starting to find out more and more that this is not what they're saying it is, you know? So people are now like, yo, time out, hold up. Nah, that's not what's going on. What's the government trying to This is why it tells you in 2nd Esdras that there shall be sedition among men. There's going to be uprisings. There's going to be protests. There's going to be riots, because people are going to want answers. Yo, what's going on, man? Why? What's this talk about 5G? You know, why are you guys lying here? You saying this, and this is this, but that's not what it is. So what's really going on? And the government, that's why they got the National Guard and they got these troops out here, because they know people. Once people find out sooner or later, all right, these people are gonna go buck wild, man. Okay, you got it. Anybody got a preset? Oh, you had that. Who had a preset? I think Amos 3:7, right?
Yeah, Amos 3:7. Oh, 9.
3:7 about he revealeth his secrets to his servants the prophets.
Come. This is Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord God would do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets.
Yo, hold on a second. That's the spirit, man. My mom just texted me, right? She said, read, and then she put a precept there. She said, and explain to me. Oh, apparently now we're looking for some answers.
Yeah, now we started to make sense to people, right?
Hey, man. Hey. Hey, that's how
it's just man. like brothers, channels and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Now you start having like Christians, pastors and whatnot, subscribing to channels, our channels and stuff. So, that there you do. That's how you know that this is where the truth is, man.
That's right. They're looking for answers. Just according
they're looking for answers.
Yep, just according to the precept the brother just brought out. Okay, the Lord gave us the secrets. He gave us the answers to the questions that people are going to ask. Okay, and so guess what? They're going to come to us. They're going to eventually you got people, man, that are on the comment boards that I'm pretty sure they saw us out there and they didn't bat an eye. They never stopped to listen. But now, guess what? You got brothers' subscriber counts going up. Brothers' videos getting more views. Elders, brothers people asking more and more specific questions because they're not getting it from anywhere else. But you know what? When they go on social media, they hear the same thing that we've been saying. They go on World Star Hip Hop, they hear the same thing we've been saying. All of a sudden, everybody that's woke, guess what? They're saying the same thing we've been saying for years. Mm-hmm. So now people are starting to hear the name more. Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, and it's not from us. It's from people that are so-called in the world. So now people are like, yo, tell me, wait, that's the next thing you know, somebody that you told this truth years ago, they're on your page. Like, yo, wait, that's that name that such and such was telling me in high school. What? Tell me what? You know, I thought he was just crazy, but you know, because the more people use it, the more credibility it has. So now people are inquiring what's going on, you know. But yeah, you got it, Ayash. I think you had something to say.
Well, like it was touching on pride, but like I think we've been past that. But you know, adding on to what you said about, you know, the pridefulness of people, I'm trying to look at the precept. If I find it, I'll bring it out. But you know, Tobit was it was in the book of Tobit, and he was basically saying that the beginning of pride, you know, is the forgetfulness of your maker. Okay, so you forget, you know, you forget the existence of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. You forget that you were a subordinate, you know, to them. If you forget that, that's when your pride comes, and the scripture tells you that what with pride comes destruction, right? So, you know, with you start to forget about the Lord, you know, you just killed yourself. That's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to, you know, say on that. But
that's right. That's right. You have something on that?
Yeah, was the precept you're looking for Tobit 4:14? Never suffer pride to reign in thy mind, or thy words. For from it.
Yeah, bring it out. Bring it out. Read
it. This is Tobit chapter 4, verse 14. Never suffer pride to reign in thy mind or in thy words, for from in all perdition took its beginning.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? Tobit gave very good advice to his son, man. And that's what we read about, man. When he was admonishing his son, he gave him very good advice, because the main focus, the main point in his admonition to his son was to always fear and remember and reverence Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
Yeah.
Okay. Here it is. It's sad because Tobit was an Israelite. I believe he was from the tribe of Naphtali, but he was an Israelite. And now you look at Jake today, they don't even admonish their children, let alone put them in remembrance of their heavenly Father, man. You're supposed to teach your children. The scriptures teach you how to raise your kids. Okay,
right.
It tells you that you're supposed to raise your kid to be like you. So when you leave, it's almost as though you never left.
Yeah. Okay? So if you die, it's as though you've never died.
Yeah, exactly. It's as though you've never died. But you know what? You know what these people do, man? In essence, they do that, but in wickedness. You know. That's why you constantly have drug dealers. You constantly have wicked niggas on the streets, because their OGs and their fathers, guess what? They did the same thing, and they left another copy of the same thing. So you go to the block, and it's like it's been 25 years, and there's still niggas on the corner, you know, because they die and replicate. You know, the same way prophets come back, niggas come back. Okay? You know, it's just like that. It's the cycle. But you know what? This cycle is going to end. And that's why we're so excited as to what's happening, man. We're not fear mongers. We're not sadistic, crazy guys. No, we're just people who are tired of the shit, and we want righteousness, man.
That's right.
Okay, that's what it is. Because these people, if it was up to them, ain't nobody will go anywhere, man. Oh, Ithaniah ban lawyer, 2 Peter 2:4. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and deliver them into chains of darkness to be reversed onto judgment. Exactly. When we were talking about that, the flesh, we're those angels, man. Okay, that we fell off from our first estate, and the Lord delivered us onto this place, man, this hell. Okay, you got people that think hell is the actual place that burns forever. No, that doesn't exist. All right, but hey, because when you look up the word for hell, Sha'awal is the grave. Okay, but it's also a condition, which is what we in right now, man. That's why the scriptures say that the elect love not their lives unto the death. Okay, it says here, and deliver them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. Okay, and these chains of darkness are these fleshly bodies. But when the day of judgment comes, when Yahushua returns, guess what? We're going to be released from these bodies, man. These shackles are going to fall off us, and our spirits are going to be put in new everlasting bodies. Okay, I believe that's in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, around maybe the 40 verse. Yeah, I'm not. See if you can find that for me. 1 Corinthians, I think 15 and around 40 sign. It talks about the new body. Okay, because that's another thing. All right, another benefit. Okay, that we're gonna get. Aren't you tired of here it is? You walk, your body is so weak. You walk, you stub your toe, and it hurts so much. The tiniest paper cut feels like like the biggest injury, you know, and it comes at random too. Sometimes you hit your foot on the table and you wish you could bring that table to life, and you know what I mean, you know, but it's just because we in the flesh, man. You get sick, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay.
What chapter?
1 Corinthians chapter 15. Yeah, 15. I'm gonna check for it too. I asked you, got any precepts?
Let me see.
Let me see if I can find this.
I got it.
You got it? Oh, nice.
Yeah, come.
You say you got it?
Huh.
Yeah, bring it up.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 39. I'm gonna start at 38.
Go on.
God giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds.
You know what? Hold up. Start at oh man. Start at 31. Start 31? At 31, yeah.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 31. I protest by rejoicing which I have in Yahushua Mashiach, our Lord, I die daily. If after the manner of men I have fought with beasts at Euphrates, Ephesus, what advantage it me if the dead rise not? Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we die.
Right. So Paul is saying, okay, because you have certain people, for example, the Sadducees, which didn't believe in certain aspects of the scriptures. They didn't believe in angels, the resurrection, the reincarnation. There's a difference between resurrection and reincarnation. All right. But you got people that didn't believe it. So Paul was saying, look, what's the point in doing all this? All right, fighting against these people, going through all this, if the dead raise not, man. If we ain't gonna come back, what's the point in doing all this, man? We might as well just drink and eat and live lasciviousness. All right, if I'm pronouncing that right, however we want, because it's not gonna matter. Because guess what? Like I said earlier today, what would be the point in Paul going so hard? He didn't get the kingdom then. Now, if there was no such thing, okay, then what's the point in him doing that? What crown was he talking about? He said there's a crown laid up for him. What crown was he talking about? Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Ash.
Right. So you were talking about, what's the point of doing all this if we die, if we're just gonna die and then that's gonna be it. Right. So this is the wisdom of Solomon, starting from chapter 2. It says from verse 1, for the ungodly said, reason with themselves, but not all right. Our life is short and tedious. Okay, people walk around saying YOLO, you only live once, live your life however you want, because you will never come back. It says, and in death of a man there is no remedy. This is what the unrighteous say to themselves. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. Verse 2. For we,
that's,
right? Yeah.
That's damn, I forgot who it was. That we would brothers were doing videos on it about reincarnation. Hey, even right now, the brothers are doing videos on it. You got people talking about reincarnation. That's not biblical. That's not a thing. Guess what? This is talking. The scripture's perfect, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You got it.
Right. Right. When you jump down to verse 4, we'll keep reading. It says from verse 2, it says, for we are born at all adventures, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. Okay, for the breath in our nostrils.
It says we shall be here as though we had never been. Because guess what? As the scriptures say, there's no new thing under the sun. However, each time you come on the earth, it's almost as though it's your first time coming on the earth, because you don't remember your previous lives. Okay, but you've been here many times. It just each time feels as though it's your first time because your memory has been blocked. All right. If you ate ice cream and it tasted like the best thing you've ever eaten, but right after you lost your memory of eating ice cream, every time you eat the ice cream, you're gonna feel like, damn, what is this? You're gonna get the same reaction like it's your first time eating it, not knowing that's probably like your 20th time in that day.
Hey, that's why people don't want you to tell them what happened in movies, because they want to experience, and they don't want to have a second experience and lose all the excitement in it. Right? That's what it is, because your first time of something is always new. That's why when you come back to this earth if he was new. You don't understand anything, you know.
Mhm. Hey,
But
and that's why
right.
these scriptures are written. That's why I told you Romans 15:4 for what
Oh,
was written
God.
aforetime was written for our learning, because these scriptures are a reminder. This is what's going to remind us as to who we are, because the Lord took that from us. Okay, that's like you recording yourself and then you lose your memory and you watching the videotapes of who you are. You know, who am I? What did I used to do? That's when you read about the
Perfect thing
different
for you, right?
prophets. You read about the things we did. That's us. That the Lord is telling us, look, that's you. Okay, go. You got it.
Yeah. For the breath in our nostrils is a smoke, and a little spark in the movement of our heart. Verse 3, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as soft air. So that cuts all that. When you die, that's it. You ain't coming back. You ain't doing nothing. All right. Continuing, verse 4, and our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. Okay, so this is what the ungodly say to themselves, because they never want to do anything for the Most High. All right, whenever somebody has to do something for the Lord, chastisement come with it. All right, and people who have this mindset, these ungodly people, they have in them, look, I'm going to live once, I'm going to live my life right. I'm not going to dedicate my life to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's bullshit. People are not going to do that. All right, but it tells you that you don't just live once. Okay, the power of life and death is in the hands of the Most High. All right, you do His work right, you can live as many lives as you want. Okay, your life doesn't just end with one lifetime. All right, I don't know how to break it down for you to understand, but what we're doing, we do it because we believe, and that we believe that we're gonna live again in immortal life. We're working for something that is very precious. Okay, so you walk around with that YOLO mindset. You only live once. Live your life wherever you want. You know, be go out and be a hoe. Go out and do get that money. Be a rapper. Look, man, it's all folly, man. It's all bullshit. Okay, so that's all. There was more on that if you want me to read it, but I mean
Yeah.
that's pretty much all I got to say on that. I mean, you can break it down. Um, verse 4, and our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance,
Hey, but you
and
know
our
what?
life.
You know what? That's actually gonna happen to Esau. You know, that's gonna happen to
Mm,
Esau in the kingdom. They're gonna be destroyed, and their name is gonna be taken out, man. All right. Now, of course, you know we gonna know. We gonna know. We gonna remember what Esau did and why he's in slavery, man. And that's a beautiful thing about Lord willing being a part of the elect. We gonna have certain secrets that not everybody's gonna have. It's gonna be exclusive to the elect. All right.
Mm.
Certain things that we got on this side, certain things the Lord's going to reveal to us. Because in the kingdom, we all going to be kings. We all going to be, righteous. But there's going to be rank. There's
mm,
going to be levels. All right. Not everybody's going to be on the same level. Not everybody's going to get the same thing. Though
God,
that penny we all going to get. But see, there's
it's
more
the
to it
kingdom.
than that. You know, there's more to it than that. So guess what? We gonna have what's the word I'm looking for? We gonna have the ability to be able to tell them certain things that certain people are not gonna know. Our kids and our
Mm,
grandkids, like your elders, that can tell you stories of old and pass things down that have been passed on to them. We gonna
right.
do that. We're just not gonna be old. We're not gonna be looking like old men and old women, all wrinkles on your
Hmm.
face and all that. No, you could be. I don't even know what number to put on.
That's going to be part of the wisdom that people are going to be seeking. So, like you said, yeah,
Right. Exactly.
right.
Exactly. You could be like 2 billion years old and you still look like you in your prime.
Yeah.
You don't age. Okay. But
Mhm.
yeah, go ahead on that.
Hey, and man, even if death was the end, then if all those the elite, the one that has 7 heart transplants was Jacob Rothschild,
David.
the dude
David
died.
Robert
Does that mean did he escape the judgment of the Lord? Because
Right.
that's it for him. He just lived and died. That's over for him.
Right.
That it doesn't work that way. The dude gotta taste. And all those people in slavery, right? That had Judah in captivity, they died. What now? Right? There's no judgment for them. That's crazy. All right? It doesn't work that way. Okay.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Um.
Hey,
I mean, the point is we pretty much gotten the point across. That's
Khan.
it.
Khan. There's a precept here I'm trying to find to back up what you just said. Okay, concerning oh man. All right, let me read this real quick. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse Man, this is good. I'll start at verse 1. Then we'll get back into we'll start get back into Corinthians. But it says,
Okay.
set not thy heart.
Wait, hold on. So
What?
what was it? What are you reading?
Oh, Ecclesiasticus chapter 5.
Okay.
It says, set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. You know what the perfect example of this, man? There's a parable Yahushua gave in the book of Luke, all right, about the rich man who he had so much that he couldn't keep it in his barns. So he said, look, I'm gonna break this down and I'm gonna rebuild it bigger so I could keep all this in there. And I'm gonna be good, man. I'm gonna be set for a minute. And you know what the Lord said? He said, thou fool, this night am I gonna require your life. You know why? Because that dude set his heart, his mind upon his goods. And he said, I have enough of my life. I'm good right now. You know, that's why these people that are rich, that's why the Lord said, woe unto you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. These people that are quote unquote rich, they don't want this place to go down because they are rich. Mm-hmm. They're living a good life, you know. So their heart is set upon their goods. Yeah, I'm good right now, man. Shit, I like where I'm at. I got a wife. I got a good job. That's why a lot of people who are really hurt by this shutdown, it shows that their spirit was in this world, you know, because they loved it. They loved the I could work this job, I could do what I got to do, you know, go to the clubs and do that. They love that. So once it gets taken away from them, whereas we rejoice, they mourn, and this is only the beginning. Isaiah 65, but
right, and Proverbs 11:4, riches profit not in the day of wrath. So
right. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Hey, money is only worth
doing anything, man.
Yeah. Money is only worth something when you living in quote unquote a civilized society. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, if all hell breaks loose, they're gonna be burning those dollar bills, all right, for freaking fire.
Hey, like you said, all hell breaks loose. They're gonna society's gonna revert back to this system, the barter system, man. You rich as hell. You don't know how to do anything. You don't know how to make shoes. You don't know how to plant. You don't know how to do anything. People don't need your money. They don't need your gold, because I'm not going to eat a piece of paper. Get the fuck out of here, man. I want something that's something valuable that I can use, all right? So riches is not going to profit, man. Like the riches, man, it means nothing to the Most High. It doesn't save you. It's not protection at all, right?
Hey, I got you. And it said at the end of that, it says, but righteousness delivered from death. You can't pay your way, all right, onto the chariots, man. Okay? The only thing the Lord is accepting, all right, is the work you put in the spirit. You know, you ain't gonna pull $100 bill and slip it in the angel's back pocket and the angel
buy a ticket.
You know how they be doing in Ghana? You know, they stop you at the freaking barrier and they be like, yo, you know I can't let you go, right? You're like, I didn't do anything wrong. Everything is good. Let me see your license. Then you give them your license, they check it. It's good, but I still can't let you go if you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? And they just want money. They want that so you slip a little something in his pocket. And he's like, all right, man, you have a good day, man. Be blessed.
Yeah.
You know, corruption.
Everything.
Yeah, but that ain't you ain't gonna talk to call about Angel Gabriel. I could talk to you real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like the parents about to leave, but I got this $100 bill. I can slip it in between your wings, and you can let me get on that chariot. That's not how it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Like, buy a ticket, right? Like how much for first class?
Yeah.
Get the fuck.
Hey,
it don't work that way, man.
Yeah, because he made the gold, he made the money, he made you.
Yeah.
You know, so he's looking for virtue. All right, that's one of the most expensive. See, that's when you're talking, all right, currency. All right, spiritual currency. He wants that faith. He wants that virtue. He wants that godliness. All right, that spiritual drive and passion for this truth. That's what the Most High wants. All right. Now I got you. I'm now real quick. You say you have something. Go ahead, bring it up. Yeah, you say you have something, right?
This is Haggai chapter 1 verse 6. Ye have sown so much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to be put into a bag with holes.
That's it. That's like I think I forgot who said it on social media. They were like, "Look, man, I'm chasing this bag, but I feel like this bag I'm chasing got holes in it." You know, because the second you get your paycheck, you spent it before you got it. You know, Thursday you get paid Friday, but the money's gone. How the hell does that happen? The second you got it, bills, bills, bills. That's it. You know. So you eat, but you're not filled. Like you might buy certain things, but it's not enough. You constantly got to keep going to buy groceries. You constantly got to keep buying new sneakers because you can't buy enough to keep you for a while. So you're surviving paycheck to paycheck. That's why this lockdown is hitting a lot of people so hard. Because what the hell is a $2,000 stimulus check gonna do? People are already freaking months behind in rent.
Yeah, yep.
What's that gonna do? Should I spend it on rent?
Not
Should I
gonna do
put it on
anything.
my phone bill? Should I? What should I pay for? Should I buy food? You know?
Hey, yeah, and the food, they have this pricing tactics that they use. For example, the hand sanitizers, right? You buy one hand sanitizer, it's like $4. If you buy 2 hand sanitizers, it's like $90. Okay,
It's like
so
what?
it's like $90, $95.
Damn.
Right? They're doing that like in Italy right now because they don't want people hoarding in the food. Okay, so if you want to get enough for you and your family, you paying more. So that check that the government is giving you, it's gone just like that. It doesn't mean anything.
Gone.
Right? So
gone. And what they passed the bill like last week. Ain't nobody got none yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you waiting for? You know, what are you waiting for? If it's direct deposit, type in some digits and let brothers see some numbers go up in their account. But ain't nobody got anything yet. You know, y'all here talk. So you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna say, look, we waited all this while for you to pass this check, and you brought me a damn near what, $1,200, and you got inflation happening. So whatever I'm gonna buy, it's not even enough. Guess what? Now my money's out. The banks are closed. I can't get any money. Guess what? I'm gonna start taking things because that's what they're doing over there in Italy. I'm gonna just take it. What you mean? You know what's gonna happen? Somebody's gonna go to the supermarket and say, "Yo, I want two loaves of bread." They're gonna say, "Oh, I saw the prices at $5.99 for one, so that should be like maybe $11, $12 with tax and whatever." Oh no, I'm sorry. 2 loaves of bread is $50, like you just said. You know what they're gonna say? Fuck out of here, and they're gonna take that loaf. I ain't even paid for one.
Some people gonna be like, "All right, I'm buying one. My son is wanting to buy a loaf of bread. That money." And they be like, "Sir, I can't do that. You can't do that." Nah,
they're gonna take it.
Look, man, they're gonna take it.
They're gonna take it, man.
Hey, look, man, I'm pretty sure even the cashier's not gonna stand there for people to buy food, wait for his shift to be over with to get paid before he gets his own food. It's not gonna do that. I'm gonna steal while I'm working, man. I'm gonna hoard my own food under that shit.
Yep,
they're gonna do that.
People turn quick. They turn quick. Let everybody be online, because you know what they're doing now. They got these long ass lines, and they saying only a few people could go into the store at once for social distancing. Let somebody in the middle of the line hear that there's only 5 pieces of bread left, and he's hungry as hell. He said, "I've been here for 5 hours. I'm in the middle of the line. You tell me there's 5 pieces of bread left, and there's 200 people in front of me? Fuck out of here." They're gonna run up into the store. To hell with this, and then the person in front of him sees him running. Hey, you can't skip. It don't matter at this point. Everybody, man. It takes a split second before people go chaotic, because when they realize, look, if I'm being civil and that's not gonna assure me food, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go ape.
Uncivilized, ape shit.
I'm gonna just take it, and then soon, if I get in there and then the bread shelves are empty, but I see your hands and they full with bread, you know what I'm doing? I'm not going for the shelves. I'm coming for you now. You see, civil unrest is gonna break loose over here, man. All right. That was it on your precept, Amna? Gone. Let me finish this here in Ecclesiasticus, and then we bring up some more. So it says, Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 2. Follow not thine own mind in thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. That means your mind. Okay. Hebrew word for heart is lab, which means your mind. Okay. So it says, and say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Don't say, oh, I'm gonna do this. Who's gonna stop me? What, the invisible God? Look, you got people that literally came up to camp and they talked all that shit. Well, where's your God at now, huh? Where's he at now? But because the Most High is long suffering and he didn't do anything to them on the spot, they thought they could just keep on going. Who's gonna control me? Who's gonna stop me? I do what I want to do. You know, y'all crazy. Y'all standing there waiting for some God that's never gonna come deliver you. Well, guess what? Now that you seeking answers, we still waiting for that God to come. What are you doing? You know, where your answers at? You're unstable. You worried about what's gonna happen next. Damn, what's gonna happen next week? Now the next thing is people are looking forward to June. You know, people looking for maybe by June everything will be good. I'll see you in June. Hey, we'll hold off till June. What happens if by the time you get to June it's much worse? You're gonna wish you could go back to March and April. You know? It says here, say not I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering, he will in no wise let thee go. And that's what I wanted to get to back up what you said concerning David Rockefeller. He sinned, he went off. That dude's a wicked demon. But what?
God.
The Lord has let him escape? Well, it just says here, the Lord in no wise will let thee go. So how the hell is David Rockefeller going to get his judgment?
Going to be put exactly.
He's going to be born into his judgment. All right. He's going to be born, and we're going to slap shackles on his neck, on his hands,
right.
on his feet, and he's going to get right to work. You're going to grow up real fast. You want to talk about maturity? You're going to be a premature hard worker in the field, man. All right. Then that sun beamed on you. You're going to have your true redness come out. All right. And we're going to whip your ass day and night. All right. Like Apostle I said, we're going to put up your ass sideways. Hey, man, y'all going to be in for some shit, man. All right. Because what you demons put us through, all right, here it is. We go through all this right now because Esau, all right, their elites are orchestrating it all, man. So when we get the power, man, we going to turn it on you. All right. We're going to put centipedes in your ears, have them crawl around in your eyeballs. We're going to do a lot. Hey, the scripture says your heart shall meditate terror, man. All right. And guess what? We're going to have the mind of gods. So imagine you want to talk about you an expert at torture tactics. Let you breathe the wrong way, and you're going to know what real torture. Let me chill before the FBI comes to my door. Hey, man. It's a joke. But it says, verse 6, and say not his mercy is great. Next thing you know, knock, knock, knock. Hey, what's going on? Let's see for a minute. It says, say not his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. It resteth upon sinners. You know when somebody slaps you, but like they keep their hand there, you know, like they slap you and they keep it there. You really feel it. You know, their fingerprints get left over there.
They release all the kinetic energy in your
That's it. That hot fire, man. Okay. Oh, that's it. Beautiful precept. Isaiah 55. It says Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Because because when you put your rod in another man's woman, you don't die instantly. People think that it's okay to do. You know why people don't go around jumping into fire or jumping into a lion's den? Because at that point, speedily, they're gonna get all right. But when they know, because if you go and have sex with a married woman, that's the equivalent of jumping in fire or jumping in a lion's den. Only difference is the judgment doesn't come right then and there, but the penalty is death. You see. So if the second let me put the tip in. It's okay. It's not adultery if it's just a tip. Okay. The second you put your tip in, you died on impact. People ain't gonna be doing that. You let a married woman come to you and tell you, look, my husband ain't home. What's up? I'm a little lonely these past few days. You're going to say, I'm not, bitch, you want me to die? No. You know, because you don't know, look, instantly that's death. But because that's not the case, it's fully set in them. You got dudes doing backflips, you know, DDTs and all these different, I'm going to dive right in like there's no tomorrow. You know, that's another man's wife. You got people that actually open their mouth and say, I know, bro, but like, I don't know. I don't like that single girl shit, man. I like the married woman. What? Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, what goes on through your mind? But you know what though? This is why the Most High got to bring judgment. You know, yo, bro, and they brag about
people like that.
Man, her shit was good, bro. She's a man. You telling these look? There's mad girls out there that are single. Why do you want somebody's wife? He's like, because like it's better when she's married. What you mean is better? But you know what? At that point, you don't even get mad anymore. Because you just allow the Most High. Because if I could get mad, how upset you think the Most High is going to be? You know? So I'm going to let him do more.
Right. Yeah, there are also some unloyal bitches out there, man. Look.
Yeah.
You know that challenge, Put Your Pussy Lips Lives?
Huh?
There's like this whole thing going on, Put Your Pussy Lip Life on Instagram, you know. Oh, you don't know what
Oh
it is?
wow.
Oh,
Is it
well,
you?
Lil Boozy. Yo, Lil Boozy, man, this dude gotta go, man. This dude gotta. So he pays, them. He cashes up. He sends them $1,000. Say, you do, I'm gonna send you $1,000, man. And you have women doing it, and you have this one dude who went through his woman's phone and found out that Lil Boozy has sent $1,000 to her girlfriend's bank account. So that means her girlfriend has been doing put your pussy lips live on Instagram. So I don't know, man. Like he said, what
Yo,
do I
that's
do? And he posted on
crazy.
Instagram, talking about what do I do now? Dude,
Hey, man.
man,
No, they
pussy
gotta
punk.
go.
And yo, man, you got in the midst of quarantine. Are you serious? Yo,
That's
this
crazy.
this place is crazy, man.
That's crazy. That's why the Most High is going to have to destroy them, because for all their wickedness, all right. Hey, the Lord said for all these judgment that He's going to bring, they're not going to amend their ways. You know,
Yeah.
like how do you, like, bro? Like, damn, man. Yo, look, let's go back to Corinthians, man. All right, let's get
God,
the new bodies, man. That's why the scriptures say, therefore, don't worry about how the ungodly is going to be punished, but rather how the righteous is going to be saved. You know,
Mm,
let them do their wickedness. The Most High is going to deal with them. All right, but let's do things that rejuvenate and bring joy to our spirit. You know, let's meditate upon these nice precepts. Now, of course, we're going to go through hardships, but nonetheless, we're meditating upon what's going to get us through these hardships. All right, so you got it.
this is.
you
I'm
said
gonna
what?
continue
Oh,
from where we
sorry.
stopped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This First Corinthians 15:33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. Awake to righteousness and sin not, for some have not the knowledge of Yahweh. I speak this to your shame.
Where you at?
Uh, I'm still gonna start 35
34.
now. I just finished 34.
He
Okay.
just ended. Yeah,
What
he
what
just
what
ended
what, what
34.
precept you reading?
1 Corinthians 15,
Okay, go ahead.
uh, verse 35. But some man will say, how are the dead raised up,
Mm.
and with that body do they come?
What body do they come? Hey, and guess what? You got certain people that will say, okay, well, you saying all this about you live more than once and reincarnation. So when they come back, do they, which body do they come in? You know, is John gonna come as Elijah? Is he gonna come as John?
Mm.
Who's gonna come as, since there's reincarnation? But at the end of the day, when we say reincarnation, we're not talking about the body. Elijah's body ain't gonna come back and be put into
That's
John's
Elijah.
body. All right.
If it was, the disciples wouldn't be asking that question. Where was Elijah?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. It's the spirit. All right. The spirit. You see, like water. Let me put it like this: like water. That's beautiful. Like water. You don't, when one way or another, water gets recycled. Okay. Water gets recycled, man. Water doesn't get destroyed, it gets recycled. You drink it, you don't drink it, you shower with it, whatever you do, you're still using water.
that's
Right? That's
true.
why
Even your
water never
toilet
runs
shit
out.
water.
Exactly, because it gets recycled. Because the water,
That's right.
you can't just do away with water. So what do you have to do with it? You have to recycle it. That's the same thing with your spirit. You can't do away with your spirit, so you have to recycle it. Okay? Once you die, that spirit doesn't get destroyed. All right, and it doesn't get locked up forever in a place. No, it follows the cycle of life. It goes into the spirit world, has a spiritual body over there, which the precept is going to talk about it. It comes back
Mm-hmm.
down by the act of sex. Okay, when the body is created for it. Think of the act of sex as a car maker making a car, and by the time he's finished with the car, you're ready to go drive it. It's the same thing. By the time your pops and your mom are done having a good time, and your body's being made inside your mother's womb, that's the car maker almost being done with that car. So your spirit then leaves the spirit world and comes into that body, the vessel, okay, and then you have that heartbeat, okay, and you become a living being, and after a while you get birthed back into the world. Now on the outside you look like a baby, but on the inside your spirit is much older than that. You just don't have
Hey,
the ability. Oh, I got you real quick. You just don't have the capability to speak. You don't have the capability to walk just yet. All right. You don't have the capability to do these certain things. Though your spirit knows how to, your body is not capable of it just yet because there's stages of growth. Like when you first get a car, you got to drive it a certain way, get used to it before you can drive certain other ways. You like if you get new sneakers, you got to wear it for a while before you really break it in, and then it becomes comfortable. All right.
your brain gotta learn. And like you were saying, like the water, you have water. Like you can have water in a cup. You pour it in a bowl. It takes the shape of the bowl. Now, this is still water in the bowl. The water has not changed, right? Even though the shape of the water has become the shape of the bowl, it did not change. It's still the water.
Yep.
I could pour it into a test tube, and it could be, the shape can change into like a test tube kind. It's still water. It's still that same water that I poured in it. So whether it takes the shape of a different body, whether it goes into a different, body, it doesn't really matter. Okay, it's still the spirit. It's the spirit that came back into a different,
That's a beautiful point right there. Yep. That's it. Yeah, because if you pour water from one bottle to another bottle, did the water change or did the bottle change?
No.
The vessel changed. So when the spirit goes from one body to another, it's still the same spirit, just a different vessel. When you drink it from a cup, you drink differently than when you drink it from a bottle, but you're drinking the same thing. All right.
Yeah.
So it's as simple as that, man. It's really not difficult, but it's a foreign concept to people because back then we knew it was common. It was common knowledge. That's why, even the Apostle Ramlop said in his video today, he said, look, there's a reason why when Yahushua healed the blind man, the disciples asked him, Lord, this man was blind, but who sinned? Was it him or was it his parents? But that question wouldn't make sense if reincarnation wasn't known because this man was born blind. So at what point did he sin?
Okay, did he sin? That's right.
To suffer the consequence. It was in his previous life. It was common talk. That's why Yahushua asked them, what's the talk of the town? Who do people say that I am? They said, oh, some say you Elijah, some say you John, some say you one of the Jeremiah or one of the prophets. Because that was common. He said, okay, so who do you say that I am? So why didn't Yahushua say, "Come out"? They saying I'm John. Who? What? Elijah? What? What kind of shit they talking?
I thought they'd been.
Yeah, because they and he himself confirmed it. But yeah,
that's right.
Verse 36. Thou fool, that which thou sowest is not quickened, except it die. And that which thou sowest not that body that shall be, but bear again. It may chance of wheat, or of some other grain. But Yahweh giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. All flesh is not the same flesh.
And so in essence, look, every seed is own body. If you plant an apple, apples have their own shape that they come in. All right. An apple is not going to come inside an orange. It doesn't. That doesn't happen. All right. An orange seed comes in the shape of an orange when it grows.
Right.
An apple seed comes in the shape freaking pineapples. See, they all have different bodies that they come in, but the seed determines what the body will be. All right. So, like you said, all flesh is not the same flesh. Go ahead.
All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of man, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds.
So that cuts the whole evolution, Darwinism, and all that BS about a common ancestor, and we all came from this I don't know what creature it was, but it could do everything, and then we split up into
it was a fish, then a rat, then a monkey. What kind of stupid? A fish, then a rat. What? That should have been a pause right there. I don't know why people ran with that shit, man.
Exactly. Right, but you know what? Esau pushed it. So people done with it. But these animals are completely different. They have completely different characteristics. There's no way to fuse the two. So just like Paul said, look, all flesh is not the same flesh. We did not come from the same common ancestor. All right. It says there is one kind of flesh of men. Okay. Men, we have legs we walk on. We look a certain way. We have hands. We have eyes. We're different. All right. It says another flesh of beasts, whether it's a dog, whether it's a cat, whether it's a lion, a tiger, a monkey, a snake. These all have different kinds. All right. It says another flesh of fish. So mermaids, merman, and all that doesn't exist. All right. You ain't gonna have half human, half fish. That's confusion. That's not how the Lord created things. All right. It says another of birds. All right. So there's no bird man. All right. There's no half bird, half man with wings and all. It's all BS, man. All right. Go ahead.
I'll continue. Verse 40. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial.
Right.
But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another.
Exactly. They're celestial bodies and terrestrial bodies. Okay, terrestrial being on the earth and celestial being out of the earth. Okay, so guess what? There's a difference between the two. Okay, you just like the angels. Yes, they can take the form of a man, but they don't eat. All right, they don't have to. The angel, Lord ain't gonna send an angel. Yo, I need you to go do. Oh, hold on 1 second. My stomach is causing problems. Let me use the bathroom at 7-Eleven real quick. The angels don't do that. All right. Now they can make it look like they're eating, as was the case with Raphael when he came down in the book of Tobit. He made it look like he was eating, but he wasn't eating. So yeah, their bodies could look like ours, but there's two different types. There's the way one functions is different from the way another body functions. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 41. There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star different from another star in glory.
Hey, and guess what? When we get our new bodies, our bodies are also going to be different from each other. We're going to have unique the same. You see how right now I'm not the same as this brother or this brother. Okay, we're all different in our own way. When we get our new bodies, our bodies are also, yeah, we're gonna have bodies, spiritual bodies. They all gonna be spiritual and angelic bodies, but they're gonna have a certain unique notch or twist to it. All right, for each brother is gonna be unique, just like every star differs from another. We all gonna have some uniqueness about us, the same way we have that uniqueness now. All right, real quick, the brother Isaiah 55 said, "Hey, I got a question. What if you was wondering what you was like in the past life? Is that diving into the left-hand side?" Nah, if you wondering what you were like in the past life, that's not necessarily diving into the left-hand side. Every now and then you'll get, what I mean, like you'll be there and you'll wonder, like, damn, I wonder, what I'm saying, like if I'm a prophet, I wonder who I was, or I wonder what I was like, could I be reading about myself? I don't know. Like you read certain precepts, you're like, damn, that precept clicks with me. Or you read about certain men, and you'd be like, I feel like I might have known, like this prophet, I might have been around them or something, because I just like their when you read about them, I just like their spirit so much. You might have been around them, you might have been them, you don't know. All right, but no, it's not diving into the left hand side. So long as you just, it's common. Curiosity is common to humans. But when you start, when it becomes wicked is when you start going deep in there on some. Now you're dealing with left hand magic and left hand things to try and find out the answers to these questions instead of being patient and letting the Lord show it to you in due time.
Okay. Yeah, like going to palm readers, trying to figure out, what your future holds, where your past was, what that's off. Don't be doing that.
That's off, exactly. But if you just wondering, damn, I wonder if what I'm saying. No, that's not wicked. That's not wicked. Just don't be like that dude. Some dude came to camp one time. Oh my gosh. Dude came over there and he said all these different things just to get to the point. We asked him, okay, so what's your point? He's talking about, I think I was Jesus. We like, yo, bro, listen, get out of here, man. We not dealing with you. He came out there, his skinny ass dude, long hair, came and stood there talking about, I be getting visions like I think I'm Jesus.
Said, no. Well, he might be Caesar bullshit.
That's why we don't entertain guys like this, man. Just go down the street from there, man. All right. We don't got time. Here it is. We going deep in the spirit. We talking about your house shy. My man's gonna come out here till I think I'm Jesus. Jesus? Bro, go ahead, bro. Leave. You don't even get mad at a guy like that. You just tell him to leave. Hey, because we men, you know what I'm saying? We men. You got people come up and start thinking that we like some robots. They think you read about a prophet, and a prophet, you know what I'm saying? Like you just no. Yes.
Like Elder Gabar said, people think that once we go from camp, we just go and sit in the cave.
Right. You love
sit in darkness and just wait. Oh, it's Saturday. We gotta go.
We men. Look, we men. And I use that example, Elijah. Elijah, man, he was mocking those prophets of Baal. Okay, that's some Jake stuff. He said, "Look, hey, speak louder, man. Scream. He might be in the conversation. He might be asleep. You got to speak." So he was toying with him. He was toying with him because we're men. Yeah, we got a spiritual side. When it's time to do the work, we do it, but we laugh. We crack jokes. We regular people.
That's right.
You know, we regular people, man. All right, we're not robots. Okay, but yeah. So of course, sometimes we'll get upset. You know, sometimes we'll crack a joke here and there. You know, but at the end of the day, we know that the main focus is about the scriptures. You know. All right, but yeah, you got it, brother.
Well, he asked another question.
Oh,
Well, I mean, just like it's very.
I didn't see it. It hasn't loaded on mine yet. What does it say?
He said he's talking about when he was in a mountain. Well, it was when he was having the clash with the Baal prophets. You know, when I don't know if brothers know about it or not, but if you don't know about it, I guess before I get into it,
you could. You know what? Bring it out. Bring out the precept on
right. I'm gonna find it real quick.
Yeah, find it real quick. And while you find it, I actually we'll keep going. No, we're not talking about when he was on the mountain. I'm talking about when he was having a contest with the prophets of Baal. All right, to he was the true God. We're gonna get the account of it though. But yeah, go ahead.
Verse 42. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption. It is raised in incorruption.
That's right. It is raised in corruption. All right, because at the end of the day, we working right now. All right, for immortal bodies. Because we working right now, but right now we mortal. You know, we corruptible. But when the time of the kingdom comes, this mortal shall not, you know, you can't go into the kingdom with this mortal flesh. All right. So we're gonna be raised up incorruptible. Okay, go ahead.
It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power.
That's right. Hey, because we putting in all this work now, but we're weak. You know, we're putting in all this work now, but the scriptures say our righteousness is as a filthy rag. Okay, but you know what though? When we reap what we sow, it's gonna be glory. It's gonna be incorruption. It's gonna be much greater than anything you can imagine. The work you put in as a corruptible being, okay, as a non-perfect being, as a weak being, you're gonna reap as an immortal being. All right, you found it?
Yeah, okay. I was just having trouble where to start.
Just go ahead. Yeah, just hit the point.
Right. It says now therefore this is when this is the challenge being presented. This is what you call it, Elijah. So like this is Elijah telling Ahab, yeah, this you have to gather all your prophet, and then we're going to show which God is God. All right. Mm-hmm. So continue. This is 1 Kings chapter 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 19. This is Elijah talking. Now therefore send and gather to me all Israel unto Mount Carmel, and the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of groves 400, which eat of Jezebel's table. Verse 20. So Ahab the king sent unto all the children of Israel and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. Okay, this is the challenge accepted. Now verse 21. Elijah came unto all the people and said, how long halt ye between two opinions? If the Lord be God, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. Okay, so they're just being back and forth. Israel's being back and forth like they always do, you know, going back to different gods. And Elijah's telling them, look, man, you're going to follow the Most High or follow Baal. You got to pick one, okay? And the people didn't have a word because, they still don't know. They still can't. They haven't made a decision yet, okay? So verse 22, then said Elijah.
It's like real quick, brother here, I believe it's a brother, Hebrew Judah says, hey, I can question, I'm new in this truth learning. Is this modern day Tower of Babel? Well, in essence, this is modern day Babylon, but what they try to do back then, all right, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. You know what? Yeah, let me answer it real quick. I think it might be Genesis.
Yeah, you good.
Genesis, the 11th chapter, right? What they try to do back then was they try to make it was basically the new world order that they're trying to do now. All right. They try to put everybody, because everybody was of one speech. So they try to have that everybody come together. All right. And when that came together, you saw what happened in the book of Genesis, the 11th chapter. Evil came about. That's why the Lord had to go scatter the languages. So what these elites are doing now is they're trying to obtain that, and they're trying to be the gods over it. So in essence, you could say in a way, All right, because what they're doing now with this system is they're trying to chip everybody. That's why they're trying to have a one world government, one world religion, one world currency. Okay, have the world, the whole earth of one system again. But this time they want it to be under their control, under their power. Okay, so to put it plain to you, technically, in a way, yes, you know, but you know that's the goal that they're trying to accomplish now. Is almost the same thing as it was back then. Okay, hence their new world order. Okay, but ultimately the same demons that were doing it, these Edomites, they've been the same demons doing it from generation to generation over again. All right, but you got it, I guess.
Right. That's beautiful how you said it. Now, continuing is to answer the question before about the mountain, yes, that was when Elijah was on the mountain.
Oh, Mountain
right. Carmel, yeah. But continuing, it says, let them, then said Elijah unto the people, I, even I only, remain a prophet of the Lord, but Baal's prophet are 450 men. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut into pieces, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under it. And I would dress the other bullock, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under. Verse 24. And call ye on the name of your God, and I will call on the name of the Lord. And the God that answereth by fire, let him be God. And all people answered and said, it is well spoken. So they agreed to it. Hey, this makes sense. Let's test it out. Verse 25. And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, choose you 1 bullock for yourself. And wait, I feel like I read this before, but it's not. Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, choose you 1 bullock for yourself, and dress it first, for ye are many. And call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from morning until evening, until noon, saying, O Baal, there was no voice, nor any that answered. And they leaped on the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon, Elijah mocked them, saying, cry aloud, for he is God, for he is a God, neither is he talking. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey of or he's in a vacation or something there. Right. Or he's on a journey, or pre-adventure, he's asleep and must be awake. So cry out loud. Verse 28. And they cry out loud and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lancets, till the blood gushed out upon them. And it came to pass when midday was past. So they cried from morning, man. When midday was past, they prophesied until the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice nor any to answer, nor any that regarded. And Elijah said unto all the people, come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him. And he repaired the altar of the Lord that was broken down.
And that's a spirit too, because, Jake had to, as Israelites, we had to do the sacrifice. We had to do it in the morning and the evening. And that's why I mentioned the evening sacrifice. So it's the spirit, how the Lord had it play out to where by the time the evening sacrifice was ready, it was going to be the sacrifice that Elijah had put upon the altar, And so we're going to read about it.
Right. And Elijah took 12 stones, according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the word of the Lord came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. And with the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord. And he made a trench about the altar, as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. And he put the wood in order, and cut the bullocks in pieces, and laid him on the wood, and said, fill 4 barrels with water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. You want to go?
Hey, yeah, because and some might say that that's cockiness, but no, it's really confidence. Because he knew the Lord likes to show off his power. So the Lord said, yeah, I could have just sent some fire down and burnt the sacrifice, but no. I gotta show you. You know what I'm saying? Because like Jake, you want to make a grand entry, man. You want to let it be known. Look, you're gonna remember this day. All right.
That's right.
What?
Right. Oh, I thought you were gonna go into the water, but yeah. Right. And he said,
It's gonna go on.
"All right." And he said, "Do it the second time." And they
Hmm.
did it the second time. And he said, "Do it." And he said, "Do it the third time."
Mm-hmm.
And they did it the third time. And the water ran about the altar, and he filled the trench also with water. And it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Lord God of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel, let it be known this day that thou art God of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
and that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Lord, hear me, that this people may know that thou art Lord God,
Mm-hmm.
and that thou turneth and that thou hast turneth their heart back again.
Mm-hmm.
Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice and the wood and the stones and the dust and the lick up of water that was in the trench.
Hmm.
And when the people saw it, they fell on their faces and said, The Lord, He is the power.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord, He is the power. And Elijah said unto them,
Hey,
Take the prophets of
that's heavy right there, man. That was the point right there. But that's heavy. You see,
yeah,
the Most High then just you know there had to be some heavenly fire because you say it burnt the stones, man.
yeah,
It burnt
Mm-hmm.
the stones. You know, you got fire that can burn a house, burn a building. But if it's made of bricks, you still have remains left. The Most High burnt it all. He took the water, the stones, the wood. It's all gone, man. All right.
you burn the dust. Isn't that dust? I don't know. It's crazy.
No, it's that
The dust.
it licked the dust up because the heat was so much it
Oh
caused the water
no,
to
it says and the
evaporate.
dust and the lick of correct.
Oh,
And
so
the
he
lick
took
of
the
the
dust
water.
off,
Yeah.
you know?
Shit.
And that's why the scriptures say, look, who shall not be beaten to powder at his presence, man? When the Most High, look, there ain't nothing impossible with the Most High, man. Don't forget that when Jake wanted to meet the Most High and he came down, it was some scary
Yeah.
jokes. It's not, we deal with Moses, man. It's okay. We'll just deal with Moses, because it was scary, man. The clouds get all dark,
Oh yeah.
thunderings, and you start
That's
thinking, damn, did I do something wrong? Like you didn't do anything wrong, but you feel scared, because you gotta fear the Lord, man. Hey, man, when the Most High is about it, man, look, we just gonna be grateful that we on His good side, Lord willing,
Yeah.
because what we gonna see, the scriptures say that we're gonna be quiet for fear. Because what we gonna see, when like your pops, you a kid and your pops like yells at somebody out of anger, and you scared to even try to talk to him because you know you did everything wrong, but you don't want him to turn on you and yell at you too. So you just be quiet, hoping that he don't remember you did something bad and like rip you a new one too. But it's gonna be, man, this is gonna be crazy, man. The times we're coming into, everything we're reading about now isn't gonna compare to the times we're coming into, man. On the left hand and the right hand side. All right, the judgment and the deliverance. Okay, it's all gonna be on a whole nother level, man. Okay, but that was it on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got the point across.
Okay, so let's finish here in Corinthians, and then we can probably end it over there. You got Corinthians, right? Enough.
Huh. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 44. It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body.
It is sown
There is a
natural
natural
body. It is raised a spiritual body. Go ahead.
there is a natural body, and there is a spiritual body.
Mm-hmm. So, boom, right there, it's telling you, look, there's a natural body, like what we in right now. These are natural bodies, but when we die, we have a special body in the spirit world that our spirit goes and enters. All right, because like they even show you in these different movies, right? When there's like a demonic possession, that's why demons possess people, because in order to really enter and deal within this realm, this 3D realm, you need a body, you need a host. Okay, you can manifest as a spirit, but there's only so much you can do. All right, so that's why they take over animals or they take over people, and then they go from there. They possess them. Okay, so when you go to the spirit world, there's a spiritual body there. So the Most High has a spiritual body. All right, those that are dead in the spirit world, they have Kobe Bryant is in a spiritual body right now with his daughter in the spirit world, and they're gonna come back again in the kingdom. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 45. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul.
Mm-hmm.
The last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
And the
How,
last Adam is Yahushua. Okay, which the first Adam was also Yahushua. Go ahead.
howbeit, that was not the first which that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural,
Mm-hmm.
and afterward that which is spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
The first man is of the earth, earthly. The second man is the Lord from heaven.
See, so it breaks it down right there. Go ahead.
And is the earth, such are they also that are earthy.
Mm-hmm. So
And as
it
is
says,
the heavenly, such
Salaki,
are they also that are heavenly.
it says, as is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy. Because what are characteristics of the earth? Things grow, things die, things get sick, things don't. So when you're on the earth, living on the earth, since you come from the earth, you're gonna have those characteristics. You're gonna grow, you're gonna die, you're gonna get sick, you're not gonna feel well. Sometimes you're gonna feel great, you're gonna eat. You see, plants need food to survive, animals need food
Yeah.
to survive, we need food to survive. That's the custom of the earth. All right, go ahead. Oh, it also says, as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly. So in the spirit world, you don't feel pain, you don't feel sorrow, you don't feel those things, you don't feel hunger. All right. So the angels in there, they don't have a spiritual McDonald's over there that they do pit stops at. No, they don't eat. All right. They don't feel desire. They don't want to have sex. All right.
Mm-mm.
That's not, you don't get those desires in the spirit world. It's on earth that you get those desires. Okay. Because in the spirit world, you don't need to have sex and then reproduce. That's the characteristics of the earth. That's why the
That's right.
kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth. Because if we're going to have kids in the kingdom, we're going to eat in the kingdom, we're going to have sex in the kingdom, that is earthy. So we have to be on the earth to do that. All right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Continue.
Verse 49. And as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly.
Exactly. But this heavenly that we're going to bear is not going to be the spiritual bodies in the spirit world, but it's going to be bodies that can, they're extraterrestrial. Let me put it like that. Extraterrestrial. Like Superman had an extraterrestrial body, that can live on Earth, but it's not subject to certain things like the weakness of the bodies we have now. So we're going to be able to eat in the kingdom, but we're not going to have to worry about running out of stamina, getting tired, getting hurt, getting sick. No, but we can still have sex. We can still feel pleasure. We can still sleep. We're going to have spiritual power. We're going to be gods on earth, Go ahead.
Verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption.
Boom. So flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, neither does corruption inherit incorruption. We are right now, we're corruptible. All right. But that's why in the kingdom is in order for the kingdom to last, those that are ruling in the kingdom have to be perfect. The reason kingdoms go down is because people go off. The reason it's going to be an everlasting kingdom is because we're never going to go off. So in order to inherit an incorruptible kingdom, you need to be incorruptible. All right. So that means that we're going to be made perfect. The Lord is going to put the laws into our minds. We're not going to need to reference the scriptures to, okay, or what does this law say? Oh, okay, so if I did this, oh, damn, I went off. Damn, no. You're going to know it. The same way you know how to move your legs when you walk, the same way you know how to drink water when you're thirsty, you're gonna know not to go commit adultery. It's going to be within you. You're not going to need to fight it. Damn, I know I shouldn't do this, but my flesh wants to do it. No. It's going to be on one accord. All right. You're not going to have a desire to even see another brother's wife as attractive like that to you. No.
That's right.
All right. The same feeling you feel when you see your mom and your sister. All right. You don't feel attracted to them sexually. So guess what? When you see another man's woman, you're going to feel the same way. They're going to feel like you're going to look at them like a sister or a mother or a daughter. Now with your wife, all right, if she's not betrothed to somebody, you're going to see her and say, damn, I want that. I'm gonna do something to that, so so that's that's a that's a different case. But we're gonna be perfect. The same way when you see if you take you excrete feces, you don't turn around and look in the toilet bowl and be like, damn, I like to slap some barbecue sauce on that and go to work on that. No, it's disgusting. So when you see pork, you're not gonna see pigs as like, damn, let me cook it up and eat it. The same feeling you get when you see piss and shit. When you see, that's the same feeling you're gonna get thinking about eating pork. You see? So you're not gonna have a problem about, damn, in the kingdom, how are we gonna keep these laws? No, it's gonna be natural to you. All right. That's why we're gonna be perfect. Continue.
This is verse 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed.
Boom. Now, key word. Why did Paul say I show you a mystery? Because ask anybody who's not on a certain level in the knowledge, right? Ask them, yo, what does verse 51 mean? Second, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. What does it mean? They can't tell you because it's a mystery. When it says we shall not all sleep, they'll probably tell you, I guess some of us are going to be nocturnal, some of us not going to sleep. No, sleeping represents dying. All right. That's why when you read in the scriptures, sometimes it'll say, oh, and such slept with his fathers. Okay. It tells you Stephen, he was stoned and he fell asleep. All right. It doesn't mean he literally went to sleep, but he went to the spirit world. Okay. So, because when you see, hey, if you didn't know any better, you can confuse a dead person and somebody that's asleep. If you don't see them breathing, you can confuse somebody that's dead with somebody that's asleep. All right. So go ahead. Verse 52.
In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
Boom. So what's gonna happen? Paul is saying here that look, I show you a mystery. We're not all gonna die, but we're gonna be changed. Okay, in the moment, because it's gonna be like that. When the missiles are flying and about to rain down, the Lord's gonna have his chariot beating up the elect. And what's gonna happen? 1 second you're looking up at a chariot, the next second you're looking at your surroundings in a new body, because it's gonna be quick like that. The spirit is gonna get beamed up, okay, and then it's gonna be put into a new body. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. So it says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, because it's gonna be quick. All right. It says the dead shall be raised incorruptible. Okay, so those that died in Yahushua, they're gonna be the first ones in them chariots, man. All right, we're gonna come back and we're gonna see them in the chariots. Okay. So go ahead.
For this is corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
Okay. So it says what? For this corruptible must put on what this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. Right? For us to gain what we've been promised, we need to shed these mortal bodies. Because if we're gonna be perfect, then we're gonna need perfect bodies. Okay? Go ahead.
So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
Boom. Because when we stop this corruptible, what makes us corruptible? Sinning. The body is subject to sin, not to the law. It's your spirit that's subject to the Most High. Okay. So when we put off that nature of sinning and we become incorruptible, all right, and that in turn is going to make us immortal, okay, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Because it's gonna explain itself. So I'm gonna let you read. Go ahead.
O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law.
Boom. All right. Now it says the sting of death is sin. Okay. Because let me put it like this: when a scorpion stings you, okay, you're gonna die. So the scorpion stinging you is its mechanism to kill you. All right. So how death gets you, like when you get stung by a scorpion, you're like, oh shoot, if I don't do something, I'm gonna die. So the way death stings you and gets you to die is by you sinning. The second you sin, that's like being stung. Okay? Because what? Wages of sin is death. The punishment for sinning is death. So the second you sin, you sin, that's like you've been stung with death. Okay, so the sting of death is sin, and the power of sin is the law. Because if there is no, what the scripture says, where there is no law, there is no sin. Okay, you can only sin when there's a law. Because what is sin? Breaking the law. Okay, so if you can't keep the law, then you're gonna be subject to sin. But if you can keep the law, you're not gonna sin. And if you don't sin, then you don't die. All right, because when you don't sin, that's like you're not getting stung by the scorpion. And if you don't get stung, then there's no problem. All right. Um.
57.
Yeah.
But thanks be to Yahweh, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Boom. And those are beautiful, beautiful words, man. Okay. So look, as men of the Lord, as the hopeful elect, okay, whether you're a prophet or a helper or part of the great cloud of witnesses, okay, look, man, do your part. Do your part to the best of your ability, okay, and pray and hope to be saved, man. And we're gonna keep on saying it. Take advantage of this time, this quarantine time. It's not chill time. All right, take advantage of it. Build yourself up. The little you can do, hey, do it. Show the Lord that effort. And in that time, if you're lacking, the Lord is going to give you what you need to survive, man. Okay. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add?
I got a precept.
I mean, that's pretty much it. Got everything across. I mean, just like to summarize everything or say the most important thing is that the prophecies are unfolding, just like you said, man, and worse things are yet to come. And that of course, definitely rely on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because that's where the wrath is coming from, and that's also where the salvation is coming from. Okay, that's you want protection, you want shelter, you want to go to where the wrath is coming from, because then He can excuse you from the wrath. All right, so that's pretty much that's all I have to say over it. And also that dude who got forced into taking the vaccine,
Yeah.
I believe, yeah, there's I think I could send a link to Bookwar. He could put it in the description, but yeah, this dude, this Jake, he act like he's all, he about the thug life and everything, and he went into the hospital, and nurses forced his ass down and put some needles in him and gave him vaccines, okay, against his will. And it wasn't just like some brolic nurses or some, people with muscle. It was just some dudes with a fat belly, some couple of women in there, and some short, scrawny Edomites that held him down. And he's supposed to be a big guy, man, Jake. So, when these NATO troops, man, come in, when these national, guard come in, when it's martial law, man, that's how you should know that shit. They're gonna be ruthless, man. That's it's gonna humble the shit out of you, because the Most High is gonna show you how powerless you really are. All right, that's why that pride, man. Pride will be your destruction. Okay, pride. Don't forget your maker. The script tells you that the beginning of pride is when you forget your maker. Okay, so keep your Bashim Shai in your mind. You gotta appease him. You got everything that you do is for his pleasure. Okay, you live for his pleasure. He will make sure that in the time of tribulation you have pleasure. All right, that's pretty much all I have to say on it.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. So you had a precept time now?
This is Revelation chapter 21, verse 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son.
Gone. Hey, that's beautiful precept right there, man. Very beautiful precept right there, man. So that's something we gotta keep in mind. All right, headed into the times that we're coming into, man. Meditate upon these precepts. All right, and hey, like the brother just put in there, the prayers too. All right, he said, oh yeah, we went on the Lord's Prayer in Matthew chapter 6. Hey, Khan, Lord willing. All right, Lord willing, I'll do a video on that. Okay. But yeah, so with that, we're gonna end it here. I got you, brother, with the video on the prayer. Okay. Lord willing, I'll put it together and put it up. But we're gonna end it here. Okay, Lord's willing, this is edifying unto the elect. Hey, you see the prophecies that are happening. It's gonna very soon. We're not gonna be seeing it anymore because it's gonna be happening right in front of your face. So the best you can do is trust in your Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Take this time to grow your faith, your knowledge, your wisdom, your understanding, your spirituality. All right, and just prepare, man. Okay, so with that, hope this is edifying unto the elect. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
To Yahweh,
To Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushua,
Yahushai,
Hashem,
Yahweh,
Dash.
Dash.
Till next time, shalom.
Shalom.